Hello. As the title implies, this video is going to be like a post-battle analysis. The purpose of this is hopefully it's educational. Maybe it'll teach you something. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make this a series. I probably won't, but hey, who knows? We'll see. To set the stage for this engagement, I was up tier to 11.3 and facing America, so I was worried the enemies might have had F-4Js. That's why I was flying in a position that would make it easier for me to notch in case I saw a missile icon fly out. The weather was also shit, and enemies wouldn't have been spotted until they were within 2 kilometers. And here's my first fuck up. As you saw, the enemy didn't get spotted till 2 kilometers because of the weather, and once I saw that was an F-8E, I started turning in. Then I pulled left. The intent was to make the enemy overshoot. However, as you'll see later on, it seems the F-8E was anticipating this, and instead of overshooting like I hoped, he was going slower than I expected, and I ended up in front of his guns. It was at this instance that I knew the guy had already popped his air brakes and shut off his afterburner. When I started losing altitude in the Mirage, my hope was that the Delta Wing would help me bleed speed quicker and make him overshoot, but in fact he only lost distance for me. At that moment, I knew I had to pop my own air brakes and shut off my own afterburner, or else I would never get him to overshoot. Honestly, I didn't know how I didn't get shot there. Maybe it was a combination of luck or the way I maneuvered. I probably shouldn't have turned back in, but at the same time, I didn't want to turn it into a flat horizontal turn fight. I don't think the odds would have been favorable in that situation. Now, I'll try not to backseat game too hard, but as a general tip, when you overshoot, you're going faster than your opponent, and the last thing you want to do is pitch nose down, because a slower opponent, when you pitch nose down, it's much easier for him to pitch nose down too, because it'll help him gain speed and let him get lead, which is what happens here. If he had pitched up, there might have been a chance that my aircraft wouldn't have been able to follow through, but we'll never know because that's not what the F-8E did. And that's that. I popped a couple countermeasures at the end of that because long engagements like these risk third parties missiling you while you're slow, which is your most vulnerable state. So just in case anyone was nearby, I just pop a couple off to hopefully spoof any missiles. There weren't any that time, thankfully. But now I'll replay the engagement in full so you can see it without any interruptions.